Hi, welcome to another episode of Sisters Unedited on KRWC TV. Specifically, colorization. Does it still matter? Colorization and the issues with skin tone, from business to beauty and everything in between. So let's chop this up, ladies. I'm going to let you know that I'm upset. I'm upset at the terrorist attacks. I'm glad that we're focusing on Paris and we're giving love to those people, but I'm pissed. 147 Kenyans died 2 days before, and I've not seen that on anybody's Facebook page. I've not seen it over Fox News, and I'm pissed.
Well, that's Fox News. Fox News is not going to report anything black anyway. Look how they treat President Obama. I mean, they won't even address him as president. They refer to him as Barack Obama. So it's disrespectful. So if you're looking for the media, especially Fox News, to address color issues, especially over in Kenya or anywhere in Black America, unless it's negative, you're not going to see it. That's just my opinion.
But it's a great example of exactly our topic.
Yeah,
great that you brought it up, colorization, because why are some topics yielding so much more attention than others? Like, I've heard people, one of your favorite people to hate said that she's tired of hearing the Black Lives Matter. Well, this is exactly why we have slogans like that.
I definitely agree. And just to piggyback on what Kim said, war in Sudan has been going on how many years? And it's really unfortunate because even in Africa, they have something similar to what we go through, light skin, dark skin. They have tall people, short people.
Wow.
Yes, they have a race of people that are envious of the really tall Africans.
Wow.
It's ridiculous, but we didn't even get that coverage. You know, it's constant violence in Sudan. Remember, Save Our Girls, Bring Our Girls Back?
Right.
That went on for a minute and
it
now
disappeared.
it's gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listen, wait a minute. I'm so sorry, sister. This Black Lives Matter, I'm looking at the people that created Black Lives Matter, which don't want even any religious overtones associated with it. And if you look at the black culture, we were rooted and embedded in the church. So when you look at Black Lives Matter, but you don't want to relate that to any kind of religious overtones or undertones, I'm having a problem with it. So maybe I'm sick of Black Lives Matter. Yes, my life matter because I'm black. But when you look at what Black Lives Matter and those that authored it, then I'm kind of sick of them talking about Black Lives Matter, especially if they don't want to, add any religious overtones or undertones to it.
Sure. Well, you know what? I think that part of the issue with adding religious overtones and undertones is, and I'm probably not going to be that popular for saying this.
Well,
I'm cool with that, but if you're a Christian, don't all lives matter? To me, it's just sad that we have to separate and say Black Lives Matter, but the reality is,
That's the
all lives matter.
Well,
and if we're going to go from
right.
Christian overtones and undertones, then we need to be taking care of home and working our way out to help all people. And it's just unfortunate that people don't get that.
well,
Even
listen,
Christians.
I think all lives matter, but I thank God for technology. Because had it not been for technology, I don't think the world, especially in this millennium, will see all the beatings and the police brutality that's been going on since the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And people say, oh, there's no such thing as discrimination. We don't need affirmative action anymore. But then you look and see what you see on social media every day. What has been happening in schools with the little girl being drugged across the room. What's been happening by the police officers. I mean, this is not something that just started. This has been going on for years. And it has to do with the color of the skin. I mean, and I can go on and on about it, but look at what we do to each other.
Right.
The light skin, the dark skin. And, I mean, here it is, 2015. And we're still talking about light skin, dark skin.
Well, I learned a new word. I'm going to pick my card up and read it because we talked about big words earlier. Pigmentocracy. Have y'all heard
Pigment,
that?
what?
No. Pigmentocracy.
This
It
girl been
describes
conjugating her verbs.
It describes societies in which wealth and social status are determined by the color of one's skin.
Yeah. And
Pigmentocracy.
Oh my God.
And we've been living
Sick.
that our whole
So
lives
sick.
though, because if you look at business, education, and beauty, unfortunately we have that
The B word.
the B words. You know, we have that amongst each other with the dark skin, light skin. We have that as an issue
I'm
as
chocolate.
African American people. Yes, you are, darling. As
I am
African American.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
All
Here
right.
we go.
I'm
Anyway,
caramel.
Pigmenology.
I-
What was
you-
that
I
new
can be
word?
chocolate.
But do you hear some of the racism at the table? How some people?
You
Okay, darling.
Uh,
Okay, we're brown.
But
Okay,
you know
what's
chocolate.
funny?
all
You know
of our
what's funny?
brownness.
I'm more biased to chocolate kids. I'm gonna just tell
Why?
the truth. I don't know.
Is it because it's been so much stuff on the other side of that?
No, it's because that's what I'm used to seeing, and I think that's the problem with our whole
In
race.
Michigan, really?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm used to seeing. My family is chocolate, black, blue, brown.
So what you trying to
My
say
brother
for the
was dark.
non-chocolate people?
Nothing.
I'm chocolate too. I'm with you.
Oh,
I came out light
does
skinned.
not.
I mean, I'm chocolate.
I came out
I'm
light
almondy.
skinned, but
Please,
I
she's
ended
not
up-
light skinned. Please don't start
I'm
a fight.
almondy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, almondy,
Yeah.
brown,
Almondy.
caramel.
Well, you went a little too far with the other two, but almondy.
Okay,
Stick with
almondy.
Okay,
You know,
so
I turned out
Beige.
that way from too many summers in Alabama. So I went to chocolate. So that's my frame of reference. That's what I feel like is beautiful. I think if we had more chocolate people in media on runways,
I will take that.
and in ads for popular clothing,
I
that
will
we
agree.
would associate black as beautiful.
Right.
Well, and that
And more positive.
that
wait,
is
wait a
exactly
minute,
the
wait a minute.
point.
Black beautiful anyway, so that's
No,
kind of
no.
irrelevant.
But-
Well, no,
but
it's
then-
not. It's not irrelevant.
But the
Let me
brown
tell you-
shades
let
are
me tell you
just
something.
not
Let me show you something. I do believe. I listen to all y'all, and I got that. And I threw it over here. Let me tell you one thing. So I didn't say anything. Let me say this. I believe I'm a strong-willed person. Everyone knows that about me.
Everyone knows that.
Secondly, it starts from home. If you have a strong parent, I made a comment about this, who's at home can tell you, I don't care if people told you ugly 20 times, but if you have a strong parent can actually, every day, you know you gorgeous girl, you work that. And when you walk into a room, you own it. That is me with all of my kids. But if you don't have anyone continuously telling you beautiful as a child,
Right.
and you get around your peers who take jabs at you,
Right.
Yeah.
then it falls back at home. Let me say something.
But
My kids know one thing about me. All of them is beautiful. And I got all shades of the rainbow, from chocolate
Yes.
So pale.
to pale. Yes.
Pale.
Yeah. So I'm used. I mean, I've never had, and my daughter, she's chocolate. She embraced her color as this. Let me give you this stuff in my house. My kids, my boys tell her she act light skinned even though she's dark.
Privileged.
Yeah, for some kind of reason, I don't get that because maybe I'm not in that era with them, whatever. But I've always taught my kids to actually love who they are in their own skin. I don't need no one telling. If you were to tell one of my kids that I'm a family-based person that they ugly, they would tell you quick, you better get your life. Because I know I look good. I walked into a room and I owned it. I fought the parents for that.
Well, your point is valid, and that's
And that's
exactly
kinda
the
what I
problem.
said.
But the deal is, as fortunate as your children are, how many children are
And
that
that's-
fortunate? And we are looking at pathology and history of families who don't have that kind of strength. They don't come from it, so they can't teach it.
I can understand it.
And they're the majority.
I can
And
understand that.
aside from that, us as a people, your children, everybody's children, me, we all go into society and we don't have our parents with us.
Yeah.
I was born into a family, this is my blood sister. And this is the darkest she's ever been in her life, no pun
Okay.
intended.
Nice
But
to
just
know
to
mama
say,
these.
when we were younger, she was much lighter than me, and so was my father and my other sister and my mother. They made a big deal out of me. I was always made to princess this, Cupid doll that. They gave me nicknames to boost me up because I was chocolate. They wanted to make me feel good. They wanted to make me feel special. But all I heard was that you were different. So although I was told I was pretty and beautiful and I could do anything and you were the princess and you looked like you all those things, when I went out into society, what I saw was white Barbie. What I saw was white Miss America. What I saw was the cover of Vogue, white.
White Cabbage Patch Kids. That
White
was my
Cabbage
era.
Patch Kids. So regardless of what you do at home, that's great. That's
The
a
rest
wonderful
of the world is
foundation.
still-
But when they walk out that door, the rest of the world, and not just the United States, is set up to tell us, in Cat Williams' words, you ain't shit.
Well, that's I
That is
understand
how
that.
the world is set
But
up.
I've seen,
and that's,
let me tell you something, not cutting you off, but society has changed a whole different way.
mm,
When you go look at dolls in the stores, I'm the one who has a younger child that's 5.
Yeah.
So when you go look at dolls, American Doll, the dolls are diverse. So
Right.
you pick the shade of
They
it.
are now.
But I can't pick the shade of my daughter.
They don't have that.
They don't have her.
They don't come
They
in
don't
her
have,
shade.
they don't have
Discrimination
page
is just all over the place.
all over the
Barbie,
place.
girl. But
Please
I understand,
make
but I
A
understand what you're saying.
semi-tan.
So when Paige
Barbie.
goes to the store,
A
when she goes to the
light-skinned
store,
Barbie
she goes
doll.
and gets a white doll.
Because that's what she
And
identifies
she looks
with.
at herself. I said, well, I tell my kids, I tell Paige, she's the youngest one, get any doll you want.
Mm-hmm.
Paige come back with every doll that she see with a pretty bow, a pretty dress.
Doesn't matter what color.
She don't care what the color of the doll is, because
And
I
that's
think
most
racism
children.
is taught at home.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
So I don't teach my kids what
That's
color
right.
you are, because they
Right.
go and pick whatever doll. But that's the parents. You
But,
understand
but
what
I
I'm
will
saying?
say this, even though at home, that's a good point.
Mhm.
But at home, they still have televisions, they still have websites.
They
still
true.
have, if they have any friends or playmates, and I'm gonna tell you something. Just like Kim was talking about her experience in our home, I had an experience in our home too, and mine was that I ducked compliments. I preferred, and I was the lightest. The other sister is a
Chocolate?
little bit lighter than her,
Okay.
and then Kim, and then me.
Mhm.
And I always wanted to be browner. I have a
So
cousin.
where do it
that-
go? This way or this way? Which
Back
She's
and
the
forth.
youngest. I'm in the
The
middle.
oldest is lighter, a little lighter than you,
Oh, okay.
then her,
and then me, and then her.
Oh.
Y'all just a rainbow coalition.
Yeah, I was like,
all,
oh,
all
I
the
did.
same mother and father.
But it has an effect on each side. I never
Right.
liked being in situation. I picked up on signals early in life that when people would see a group of children, whether it was relatives or friends, and they would pick the light-skinned child and make certain comments and certain types of compliments and compliment or deal with the other children differently. I picked up on that way
Right.
early, and it made me want to be browner.
Now I'm gonna tell you.
wow.
Because I hated it. I hated it. I didn't like being singled out. I don't want to be the favorite. I never thought I was any better than either one of my
Well,
siblings.
you know, you can relate to my cousin. My cousin just recently told me that. I was really shocked. Her father is white, and of course my auntie is black, and so she looks like a white girl. And she said that one of my aunties did not like her because she was mixed.
Wow.
Well,
And
look-
that's because we're from Alabama, okay?
On that brownness.
And it was a lot of bad stuff going on in Alabama when my aunt and grew
Well,
up.
that's true.
But I never knew Kim felt that way.
Mhm.
But here's the difference. My mother mostly raised her. And so she was like, I didn't get that from Aunt Faye. I just got that from my other aunt. I'm not saying her name.
now look at the lady that was she. What was she with the NAACP? Who was she with?
The one that was pretending to be
Who was
black.
trying
Oh my
to
God.
be black.
I was kind
Now,
of into that.
I don't know about y'all, but sometimes being
I
black
kinda
ain't
dug
really
it.
got me a whole bunch of places, but some places it has. Now I don't know who want to pretend to be black,
I kind of
Well, you know.
and that, but I
But
don't
she
know.
went
Maybe
all
she
out,
wanted a
though,
little
with
went
that
shit.
hair.
all the way.
Well, you know
The
what?
hair.
She was
and the
acting out the
lies.
And I-
part. She should have got an Emmy, a Grammy,
She should have been like Ruby
NAACP
or
Image
something.
Award,
Image
Award, a
I mean,
Right On
for
Soul
real,
Train
she looked
Award.
mixed.
She was
I
riding that
mean,
thing to the wheels
what
fell
makeup
off.
did she use?
Well, you know, a
Really?
guy told me today, we was having lunch, and he said, you know, there's a lot of Caucasian. He's Caucasian, and he was saying, shout out to Keith. Keith stated that he's watching the
You
show.
better be watching, Keith,
Yes,
because
Keith
I'm
is
coming
watching.
to look
Hi,
for you.
Keith. And Keith made a comment. He said, you know, there's a lot of Caucasian people wants to be black. And I said, well, I don't see that, Keith. I said, well, let me say this here. Different demographics can view their people in different ways,
Right.
right? Because I can't tell you how a Caucasian woman wants to be like. I'm never going to say because I don't know. You see stuff, you see all kind of things. Black women do certain things, and, you know, all different races do a lot of things. But he had a good relevant point, and he was like, well, Kanika, can you say this and, you know, make everyone know this, right? You look so fierce, girl.
Well, thank you.
So,
Flip hair.
but he made a point, and so I told him I can't relate to another race's struggles of people who want to be a different race because I don't know them. I can tell about black people, for example. When I lived in Louisiana, going to college, and when I went to college dance line, I was the darkest on the dance line.
What?
I'm from Louisiana.
What
You
the
bring some.
what?
I know you guys know.
I
You
don't
bring
be
someone
Creole.
home that's darker than a brown paper bag.
Paper
It was
bag.
not happening.
Mhm.
Period. Right?
Right.
So it's kind of funny, but as I grew up, a lot of my friends was darker. I mean, darker than me. You know what I'm saying? And they went to we was all on the dance line in high school, you know, and went to college, did different things. But in Louisiana, no matter what part of the country from, Louisiana had a whole different demographics about that brown paper bag deal. If you bring someone home darker than the
Wow.
brown paper bag, it was a problem. But I never experienced that because I guess I missed that generation. I guess it was ending around,
When
you know.
came around, yeah. Or maybe when you got old enough to know. But can you
Yeah.
just repeat what you just said about what you cannot relate to? Because I wish everyone in the world could just admit that what you said is true for everybody. You
Yeah.
said you cannot relate to what?
Another race's struggles. I don't know their struggles. I mean,
I just
so
wish everybody
when I sit and
that's-
talk to
that's
people, I can't
huge.
go
We
and
need to
say
take a toast on that.
Yeah.
That was a real
Because that's
comment.
the comment.
Hashtag get
Conversation.
into it.
Hashtag. period.
Hashtag.
Hey,
know
wait a minute.
your
First of all,
color.
if you make a toast, because you cannot put the glass
did
down.
that.
there
Okay,
without
wait,
drinking.
wait,
Let's
this is
toast.
right.
Redo.
What?
Rewind.
I won't do my lipstick side.
But that is a relevant situation. I mean,
That's
like
it in a
for me, for
nutshell.
writing a book, I can't write talking about another race struggle. I don't know.
Don't know.
You know, if I dated someone who can tell me they struggling, I mean, I had a close friend, but I do not. But nothing bad towards another race. I just can't relate
And I
tell you
wish-
anything.
I
You know.
think that a lot of
And that's
battles,
fair.
and I think that a lot of battles that go on,
And that's her truth. Yeah.
I think a lot of the battles that go on between races are just based on that, like
Yeah.
people being unable to accept that they don't know and can't relate
Right.
to other races' struggles, and
Right.
other races having trouble accepting that the races looking at them don't understand their struggles.
Right.
'Cause I know a lot of African American people, they get just irate and frustrated when they hear, for example, who gets followed in the stores and who does not.
Mhm.
I have heard Caucasian people say that sounds like a bunch of crap, shit, garbage. But it's only because they can't relate to it.
Right.
You've never been followed, but in real life, we get followed in stores. It
Absolutely.
happens. It's not in our head. We're not being. I'm light-skinned, if you will, and I get followed in stores too.
I ain't got to follow no
Because
damn stuff.
I've been followed in stores
Because
before.
my thing, my
I've
look
been
look
followed.
like I don't know what you about to do, but you better get it damn right.
Yeah, oh, you can give them a look, but they gonna
But
stop with that.
I've never had no one follow me in the
I
store. I
have.
have never.
You
And
probably have. Because they
I
have
probably
cameras
have.
in the back.
I mean, cameras is something different, but a person
But
follow me.
it's still not. It's the
the
same
same.
thing.
Yes.
It's the
I
same
mean-
thing because they're following you because you look like a profile of somebody they think might steal something.
Right, I understand that.
But I'm gonna tell you something real quick before we go to break. I won't even give a tag to the person's association to my life, but I know a person who has a very mixed look and has said, I've been the biggest crook in my life because people thought I was white. And I was able to walk into stores, use bad checks, do all kind of things,
Wow.
use other people's identity, and walk in and walk out, hey, boo-boo, how you doing? All right, bye-bye, see you tomorrow, and go back to the same shops and do that kind of stuff over and over again.
Well, and I'm going to say this before we go to break. We stereotype ourselves.
We do.
I mean, to me, when you're going for a job interview and you going in there popping gum, neck movement, all this other
Right.
stuff, but you want to work in corporate America, but you don't want them to discriminate you because you are a race of people, then you need to check yourself, especially if you're going to corporate America. Now, if you're going into the music industry or do some videos or being a video vixen, I really don't care. That's something totally different. But you have really got to check yourself.
Right.
And so you don't put yourself up to be profiled. Listen. You're on live. We're on live with KRWC.TV on the Sisters Unedited show, and we're talking about race, color, light skin, dark skin, chocolate, semi-chocolate, and dark chocolate. So you don't want to miss what we're going to be talking about when we come back after these messages.
Hey guys, this is Kimberly Lindsay coming to you from the set of Sisters Unedited. If you want to watch a live taping of our show, you gotta call us at KRWC 817-803-6951.
You've thought about it, dreamed about it, and prayed about it. Starting your own business. Well, you can do it, and you don't have to do it alone. No matter what your business, Genesis Preferred Solutions will help you succeed. Here's Cassandra Bradford.
We're a Christian organization designed to help you succeed at what God has called you to do.
Genesis Preferred Solutions will help you avoid the pitfalls, fears, and costly mistakes first-time businesses often make. They'll guide you through the proper forms and help surround you with wise counsel.
We partner you with other people that can help you become successful. We want to do the paperwork for you so you don't have to.
And Genesis Preferred Solutions offers free training and seminars designed to promote success through the Word of God.
Put action to the plan that you have.
You are the best at what you do. So let's get started. Call Genesis Preferred Solutions now and ask about a tailor-fitted package for you. 800-718-2425. That's 800-718-2425. Church leaders, call today to schedule an exciting free seminar for your church or group. 800-718-2425. Go online to genesispreferred.com and do your own business by the book.
You knew the sad one, you knew the mad one, you want the one that you made of me. So yesterday, baby, what can I say? Baby, you'll understand this is all I need. Happy smiling if you're coming back around.
I'm Cassandra Wilson. I'm here with my sisters. Now, we went to Facebook on our topic of talking about color, right? And race and light skin, dark skin. And there was someone on our Facebook page, Sisters Unedited on Facebook. Malcolm. Malcolm says there hasn't been racism since the 80s. Now, Malcolm, I don't know if you know how to read.
Oh, God.
And he needs to go visit. What was that place called? That
Well, it's this big building
with a lot of
and
books in it.
A whole bunch of information,
Right,
endless
something.
information.
It started with an L.
Berries or something.
Something. You're the educated one, Kimberly. What is
What's
it
the
called?
place? The book place.
Where all the books.
Not the bookstore.
Not the bookstore.
The
Not the
library.
bookstore. Library.
The
Library.
The library.
Maybe that's where he's been, the library.
Maybe that's
Malcolm.
Unfortunately, Malcolm, you're reading the wrong shit.
Well, wait a minute, Malcolm. Maybe if you can't read, maybe you need to look at the pretty pictures on Facebook
I'm
with
thinking,
all the
well,
beating and the
now-
police brutality
now-
and little girls being drugged across the room. Malcolm
I
on
think
Facebook, not Malcolm in the middle.
I'm making an assumption here. Malcolm, I'm trying to have you back. I don't know if I'm on to something or not, but it could be that Malcolm is very young. That response sounded
He said since
as
the
if
80s.
it was.
I think
He may have been born in the 80s, which
I
makes
think
him
he
young.
might be young, and he just really wasn't
March on
there.
Selma,
He-
none of
know,
Even
None of
young,
But we just talked
you've
about the
seen,
reading.
But even
Uh-huh.
young, you've seen the television.
But
You
it
don't
all,
have to
but,
read to
but
see
most
the
of the stuff
pictures.
he saw happened in the 80s. What are you talking about?
He's
But
a
if he's
citizen.
turned on the television at all,
Maybe been on
He
punishment.
was watching Love and Hip Hop. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
all is equal on Love and Hip Hop. My
That's
bad.
it. That's right.
I want to talk to Antonio Wigfield. He
Oh,
says
Lord.
self-hate
This girl said the
is
whole
the
name.
greatest hate of all. And that brings me to this point.
Whitney Houston song?
Oh, wow.
No, that's the greatest. That,
Oh,
no,
it's love.
don't,
It's love.
don't,
My bad.
don't.
Me.
Okay.
Hit it.
No.
All right,
Not
next
today.
time.
Mm-mm.
Hit it.
Next time.
She ready, though. She ready.
But the thought that's coming to my mind, because I'm also a hairstylist, I'm around a lot of women. And I focus on things like makeup, hair. We do our glam thing. This self-hate issue is huge, and women are now using, concealer was created to conceal blemishes, to even out your skin, so you would really only put it where you needed it to even yourself out. People are doing a full face of concealer now.
They've been
to
using
change-
Ambi for years.
Right, they've been using Ambi for years,
To
but this
get
is
lighter,
the new trend.
to
Oh
bleach
yeah, some people
themselves.
have actually used bleach if we're gonna go there, but the new trend is you put a whole face full of concealer on to
contour.
They're not contouring.
They're not contouring.
They're doing their
They be a
whole
whole
face.
different person.
They're doing a whole
conceal their
face.
face?
The whole
with
face.
the
It's
concealer.
all-
I ain't seen
Because
these
it
pictures.
I have,
whole
and
bunch
what
of
they
stuff.
do.
Well,
I have some.
we probably
Yeah.
have.
I have
haven't
some in
seen
my
it.
phone I can show you
Please,
later.
show me.
But the point is, if I am her color, but I want to look your color, I would buy concealer your color, do a
I'm
full
gonna
face
ask
of
my
that.
ma, Joey
Oh,
Fierce.
and
Ask
listen.
Joey Fierce. I need you to let me know about that concealer.
And listen, you
thing.
can go and you can Google it or YouTube it when they do
YouTube
those
it. I agree.
tutorials on makeup. Oh yeah, they give
But
you
let
a
me-
full face
Concealer
Let
only?
me jump in there.
No. They're starting
No.
with concealer as the canvas, but all over the face
a
instead of
foundation.
just
Is the foundation.
right. Because
They
now
wanna
I'm
be lighter.
it's
But
heavier, so
why?
I can go lighter.
But why? That's the
Self-hate.
question. Why? It's
Antonio
self-hate.
said self-hate.
It's
So-
self-hate.
Yeah.
But the reason why is if you looked up some numbers, me and my statistics,
Mhm.
white models appear 44 more times on the cover of all world
Not
magazines
surprised.
than blacks.
That goes to my
Five times more on all 44 of the major magazines. Whites appear 5 times more than black or colored women. So we're
Did you
black.
say colored women?
Yeah,
She did.
women,
Women
because
of color.
no, let me finish my sentence, please. Black or colored women of color. I wasn't
So
done.
all
So
nationalities.
all
will go.
nationalities.
Wow,
You
you went out where you was
Like,
going.
you still back there,
Black
Kimberly?
Panthers are still alive up in here.
Yeah. No, but they
Fight at the
that, that 1%
Yeah.
is us, our Latina sisters,
Yes.
our Indian sisters,
Right.
our East African sisters, our West.
Ethiopia.
Exactly, and
Right.
we're all in. But that is why these young women or old women, however
All of
old
them.
you are,
Yeah, age is
are
not an issue.
making this horrible choice to look lighter. You should embrace whatever God gave you, and if it's chocolatey goodness like this right here, then
Oh my
embrace that and live in
That's
it. It's
right.
wonderful.
That's true. And also,
But that's why they do it.
well, let me say this too. I'm gonna take a different route. Okay, you see on the magazine, see on Vogue, and all this. If we had our own and we supported our own the way we support those magazines, we can put our people, no matter if you're big, apple shape, wide shape, small shape, whatever, however your skin is. If
Every
we
good point.
support each other with a
That's
magazine
correct.
to be a Fortune 500 magazine, it's tons of African American people out there in magazines. But
Absolutely.
as
Look,
people,
let me tell
if
you,
we
we
don't
don't
support
support
it
one another
to
because-
put our people
Perfect
on those
example.
Look, we don't
Perfect
support
example.
Jet Magazine. Only time we
And they only
read
make
Jet
that anymore.
Magazine, Essence, or whoever Ebony is when I go get my hair done because it's in the beauty
It's
salon.
right.
It is free.
But she just
so
took me somewhere.
we don't even purchase
our
a
magazine.
magazine
Right.
to even show image
true.
of ourselves to
We
see
don't.
what we should be looking like.
So don't go and try to critique their magazine because you don't
So check
support
this
your
out.
own magazine.
Check this out. Do you guys watch
Agreed.
Empire?
Yes.
Did you
No,
guys?
I
did you see
kinda
Gabourey
slacked off.
Sidibe's love scene?
Oh, I like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was thinking, forget Gabourey, because that man was fine, baby. She wrapped that old fire around him, and I
That
was
big old
proud.
chicken
Yes,
thigh.
and
But
I
let
love
me tell you
chicken
something.
That was a church's chicken thigh, because you know church's
But
chicken
here
got
is
the
the
big
healthy
thigh.
one. Here's the self-hate.
Okay.
Here's the way we hate on ourselves. She got so much negative feedback from
Lord,
us.
let me say
From
this.
us.
In the media, from
Yeah,
us.
she
Because
did.
who else is watching Empire? Now, we watching it for the
Well,
most part.
everybody.
Everybody's
Our race is
watching
watching
it.
it.
Everybody's watching it, but that's a black show, and there are a lot of black people watching it,
Right.
and the self-hate of it all. She's a thick sister, and she's dark.
And black people
How
today
dare
voice their
she
opinion.
do
Have a
a
love scene.
how
Like
dare
like
she
she's
get
not entitled to
some?
love.
How dare she?
How
Lady, if
dare
I
she
could have
come?
high-fived
Now,
her.
I'm so sick of people.
Girl, if I could have
Well,
high-fived her
that's,
through
it
that
goes
screen.
back to what you said about we don't encourage each other. We don't motivate each other. We try to tear each other down if we do
Crabs
something.
in the barrel.
And it's what
Crabs
by
in
me
the
being in the
barrel.
business, I kind of know this. I'm not being racist, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna
Say
say.
it.
Don't say
Say
it.
it.
I don't cater to my people. My people don't cater to me. You understand? I'm just being honest. I really don't care. So my numbers
Flip
don't
hair.
go up and go down.
Flip
so
hair,
it's
flip
good.
hair, you gotta flip
So
hair.
yes. So by being real and honest, black people do not support black people. So therefore, when they come, I understand your views about the Vogue magazines and all that, but black people don't support enough black people to get their
I
own.
agree.
You got a lot of black people who out there who own magazines, for example. You don't go out there and buy them enough to get them people to put your people on there in a positive way. I don't want to see a girl half-ass naked all the time. Put a girl
Because
over,
we stay naked.
right. Put a girl on with a nice designer gown by a black designer. And you go and tell your people, I'm in Vogue, sitting here looking at Vogue. When I got an Instagram request from Vogue China, I just accepted it because I want to see what they're doing because I'm in business myself.
Right.
So therefore, when you start seeing everything that I don't see Vogue Louisiana, for Vogue, you know, America. I'm just giving an example. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, we cannot go and try to judge Vogue because everybody buys Vogue, but we can't buy our own people's
We can
magazines.
still judge Vogue. We can still
We
judge
can
Vogue.
still judge
Judge
Vogue.
it, yeah.
But listen,
But you
let me tell
made a
something.
wonderful
But
point.
you did make a
Yeah,
very
because
point,
we
a very
can't,
good point.
and I side with you guys on that, but then I don't because I don't understand.
We don't
what-
have to focus on them if we focus on us. Bottom line.
It's
Bottom
we
line.
are the inferior race. If we made a magazine with some beautiful women on it from coast to
Not
coast,
King magazine.
No.
where you
No,
spread
no.
across the hood of a car.
No,
you gotta
not
be
that.
naked to be in
like
it.
Heard of
for
that
example,
before.
take women who working like we are in a magazine talking about our
Regular
empires and
women,
our regular women.
girls without any breast
Right.
implants.
Well,
no
no, that's too
booty
bad.
shots.
No, wait.
Well,
Ain't
we
no
don't
wrong
want
with
to
no
don't wanna
breast
discriminate. We don't want to
implants. There's
discriminate.
nothing wrong with some new tatas, honey. There ain't nothing wrong. I'm
Ain't
not
No,
getting
nothing
it's
wrong.
not. It's not.
No.
Just have a combination.
But
Listen.
you know, it's something wrong when
All are
you know
welcome.
it's just
Will you come?
ridiculous. When you get your booty and you
Well,
start
ain't no wrong with getting her
out.
booty like
Wait
that.
for it, ladies.
Well,
We're
that's a whole
talking-
nother
we're
issue.
talking
That's
about-
a whole nother
we're
issue.
talking about-
Right.
we're talking about
Nationality.
hue tone.
Skin color.
Skin tone.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
when we talk about, let's talk about if you got people out there who own magazine companies. Shout out to you. 'Cause a gentleman reached out to me who own a magazine company, thegrind.com in California, wants to come on. Yes, and
He wants to come on the show?
He wants to come on to my show, this Gala Sports Show, and talk about. Yes.
Selfish plug.
Yes, you know. So it's okay. So it's not selfish. It's good. It's worldwide. So listen. So that's how you do that. So, but you motivate and you always congratulate people, and I always do. Let me tell you something. Also with black people, I always reach out to the black men who are in business because they're always kicked down, and I try to bring them up. If they want to do something with me, I don't have a problem with it because they're black and they're a man. Because society has pushed. That's a whole nother topic because they're black and they're a man. So the country is inferior of the black man. And they don't look at them. Let's look at society right now, TV.
Now,
No.
I'm going to say this. It's going to be a quick sidebar because it's off topic a little bit, piggybacking on what you just said. Business with black men. I have attempted on several occasions throughout the years to indulge in business with black men. And it goes back to us being able to do good business, to do business well with each other and support each other. But when I show up as a female and I get
He gonna give you the
Just
up
too
and
damn
down.
sexy or something. Just
Yeah.
calm. Let me tell you something. Just don't go being sexy.
Let me
first.
tell you something. I have
Yeah,
literally
you
put
would
on.
be-
Don't go
yeah,
sexy
you
though.
Let me tell you. No, I have put on. No, I've learned.
You
how
didn't
to-
have on the turtleneck.
I
She
promise
got a
you,
big old booty
I
though.
put-
She got a
She
big
does.
booty.
You did not have on the
I'm not part of this.
But let me tell you what I did.
I'm
I'm gonna tell you what I did to that point. I put on a work smock. I got on a square sack at the top, covering all of the everything that all
the
of this.
covered
Covered it all.
The juice
And it didn't matter.
Okay.
It didn't matter. I was still a female.
But you still have a pretty face. So
Right, but
sometimes,
that
you
has
know,
nothing to do with business. And the point
But
is
they
that we're
look
gonna
at
do
it,
business
you know.
with each other and lift each other up. Can we do business? Period. I don't care how cute I am. I didn't come to you and say I want to be a model
And
for your
on that
company.
note-
None of that.
Or you
Wait,
didn't,
you know
or you
what?
didn't
Wait a
say,
minute. Let me say this.
oh brother, you
No.
sure got a
How you
big
do
foot,
it?
which
No.
means you got a big.
No, I didn't.
You didn't do that.
I didn't
Oh,
do
I'm
it.
just
That's
Let
a
me
lie,
just say
too.
this.
Big
Let me
foot
just
don't mean you
say
gotta-
this.
That's another
Okay, that's another topic.
And if you look back, exactly what everybody is saying,
Yeah.
the whole topic about all of this colorization goes back to those Willie Lynch letters. If you know your history, that was this is exactly what he
Absolutely.
set out to do. And every day we continue it, he wins.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Malcolm, I don't mean you any disrespect. I love you, Malcolm. On
harmless.
Facebook, on the Sisters Unedited page on Facebook.
Check us out.
Check us out. Malcolm, no disrespect, but there is racism going on, and it has to do with the color of the skin. I mean, you look at driving while black, you know, and what you
wonder
heard
where
some
he
of the
lives.
men talking about how they have to teach their sons how to keep their hands on the steering wheel. Don't reach into the glove box. Don't do anything. No sudden moves when they're being pulled over. There has been so much discrimination. And look, let's just be candid. I mean, I get discriminated against every day. I mean, just because I'm on TV or just because I'm on radio or on a stage or anyplace else, people view me first because of the color of my skin. And they associate me with black. Now, what if I tell you guys that I'm mixed?
What about that?
But the first thing you see is my chocolateness,
Your
right.
brown sugariness.
my brown sugariness. So those are big words, Kim. Forget you. So I can use big words too, and I can flip
flip
hair.
Yeah, you got long hair too. My hair
So,
not long.
listen, I want us to take a break. When we come back, we're gonna flip this lady. What about the chocolate man versus the cream color man? Now, Will
well, we
Downing,
can
if
do
you're
that.
watching, I love you, baby, but my husband is chocolate, and I love him too. So we'll be back on Sisters Unedited on KRWC.TV.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in. Do you have a topic that you would like to discuss? Follow us on Facebook and like our page, Sisters Unedited. Again, Sisters Unedited. Send your questions and comments, and we will discuss live. The word is live. From our point of view, from what you stated to us. Real women, real talk.
Back with Sisters Unedited on KRWC.TV. Now, ladies, we're talking about, what was it, skin colorization?
Colorization.
Colorization.
No,
Yeah.
she used a big word.
She used big words.
Talking about the pigmentocracy.
Whatever. So anyway, listen, I think it's a double standard. Now, I understand women, we want to be lighter, we want to bleach our skins and use a little ambi. Some people, some women. But then there's a double standard when it comes to men, because if I say Tyrese,
I don't like chocolate men.
and
Ooh, something's wrong
honey,
with her.
my
Listen,
husband, I'm so sorry.
I am a Rainbow Coalition girl.
Absolutely equal opportunity
Everything
free.
from this color to this color.
Because I love Terrence Howard and I love me some Tyrese.
Tyrese is not a good man. but
And I can, I mean, you know, if y'all, I mean,
I like,
together.
okay, Will Downing chocolate. Yeah, that's like a big black brother. Now, I'm just saying, Will, if you want me, you know, as your backup dancer,
Wow.
just in case they don't know the steps. Because his
Wow.
dancers don't dance, they just sway with the mic. I'm just saying.
Will
Anyway,
Downing.
I love
There-
Will Downing too.
I'm
Wait
sorry.
a minute, hold on.
But I ain't
for
gonna take
him.
your man, but just
Excuse
just
me.
not take my man, Idris Alba.
Who?
Idris
Idris.
Elba is my
Say
man.
his name
You don't
right.
even know his name.
I said it how I wanted to
Idris,
say. I was
if
trying
you
to
ever
use
use
my
my
best
best
name.
unedited,
I was trying to use
That's
my
my
love
name.
you.
I
And I will
love,
come to wherever you are to be in your
See?
presence.
I
Idris.
love Ice Cube.
He don't
Or
like them
if you're
skinny
Idris,
girls, no way.
I like him.
Call
Baby,
me.
that's a
He don't like
smart
skinny
paid
girls. He
thug.
don't like
I
skinny
love
girls.
it.
Skinny.
You are skinny. You don't like skinny
Who
girls.
don't like
Y'all
light
ain't good
skinned
looking.
girls?
What she say? Did she just?
Idris. She don't even know his
Did she
name.
just discriminate?
Okay,
She
listen.
said Idris don't like
Ladies.
skinny
You don't
girls.
like skinny girls. You like
Why?
to call me.
Oh,
Wait a minute. What?
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
don't call
wait,
me.
Wait.
Don't call me.
Tell it.
Call you.
Shade.
Shade.
Look here, I don't want no problem, sir.
Okay.
I told her not to say that.
Okay, listen. Why is it a double standard? Just like at this table,
Baby.
why
I'm
is it
sorry.
a double standard when we talk about the good-looking brothers, black men of every shade of brownness?
Yes, we don't discriminate. You're right.
Why don't we
Well, some
discriminate
women-
against them?
some
Some people do.
I don't like dark skin men.
I've known, I've known some people who
Don't
love the
give me
dark
that
skin.
look
But
like that.
excuse me, you do like, you have friends with dark-skinned men.
Well, I'm not laying in bed with a dark skin man.
I ain't asked you. We're talking
But,
about laying
but,
in
but
the
I'm
bed.
saying I don't have to hate them, but I can't lay
lay
with
with
them. You know, I
Did
respect
you-
and I love a black
Did
man.
you
Don't get me wrong.
ever have a
Well,
chocolate man?
yes, my son's father is dark skinned.
Okay.
But
But
you
that was
got
like,
over it?
yeah, sleep, woke up, hey, welcome back. No. So listen. I'm back.
My husband, my
Yes,
ex-husband.
I wouldn't marry. No,
Sleep, woke
I mean, no disrespect to black, dark chocolate men. You guys are men. I respect every man, no matter what color you are.
You just want.
But to go up in this, not black.
Well, see, now that's a different topic, because to go up in, I've had
That
the
doesn't
rainbow.
require. That
I
doesn't
don't know
require.
how
white.
we got back
But
to last
to
week's
marry,
Right.
marry to me is a different thing.
Oh, well, racism.
Well,
Racism. Okay,
oh,
colorization.
right.
Colorization.
No.
But it doesn't matter his shade. I was just gonna say it has to be a black man. But I
I'm
don't
a black,
shade-
no matter what shade
No
of
matter
black.
what shade. I love
Okay,
black
she
men.
said black
Period.
men
From your
general.
edge up to the dark around your knuckles, nigga. I love y'all.
What she said? I mean,
minute.
Went there.
well, I've dated
Hashtag-
I've dated white guys.
Come get these.
I've dated white guys.
No,
And I didn't have a problem with dating white guys. And I'm gonna say this here, you know, I'm married, I love it. Love my husband, love being married. And it's like I've heard so many things women say, well, white men got a small penis. Never saw that.
No,
Sorry. No, that's a
well,
myth.
myth.
it's
That's
a
a
myth.
myth.
It's a myth.
That's a myth. So,
But we
but
don't
I
talk about
married a black man. You know what I'm saying? I have kids with my husband and everything like that. But I couldn't. I mean, let me say this right. Nobody judge me. But listen, I don't care. Listen, so I am.
I think you do.
Okay, nobody judge me. I don't
Okay.
care.
But listen, you know how the old saying from Louisiana, so they'll say majority light-skinned women will get with a dark-skinned man
And that's
and vice
typical.
versa. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I married a light-skinned man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing personal towards, but that's what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, no. But I just
She said no.
No.
I mean I
Nothing
love
but
black
no
men.
words.
Personally, I love black men, but I just for me, I just like a light-skinned man. I married one.
Okay, so what do we do if we have sons? How do we?
I got sons all this because of rainbow.
But how do you handle, like, okay, say one of your darker sons was, because school district, neighborhood, all of that matters.
It does,
So
it does.
What if your darker son is in a more diverse school district and he comes and says, Mom, I'm having, you know, the girls don't like me. I don't know who is going to go to prom with me because I've asked a few people
Okay.
and I'm just not getting good feedback. And, you know, I've heard people say things and this seems to be a color issue. How do you?
My son, you and I have sons,
We
right?
do.
So my son is 21. He's grown, but when he did attend high school, and my son was like, he's chocolate, and all races of women gravitated to
color.
him. I mean, no
Every
matter what
color.
color it was. My son is very,
Chinese,
yeah. He did. Women just came to
Mexican.
him, and he played sports too. It was like. They did not stop because his shade of his color of his skin.
So he didn't have
It's his
problems.
personality they really liked about him. He was real
And
passive.
that makes a huge difference.
Yes, and he was real passive. He's real respectful. So we never have a problem with color.
Now, wait a minute. Just so you talked about the little girl on Empire, you'll see a lot of men that don't want to date or even ask a dark-skinned girl that is thick like that out on a date.
Or for anything.
Or for
period.
anything.
Well,
You
let
know?
me just say this: not just dark skin, but I'm gonna speak up for my big girls out there.
That says it all.
I'm a little thicker too now. What's up?
Nah, that's what I'm
big
saying,
too,
though.
too.
But why did she get all of that? Because she's
Both
big.
the dark and
I
the big.
guarantee you, I can do a splits. I can walk 3 miles. I will wrap
You do a
circle
split,
around.
girl, get it, girl.
Girls
Mm.
out here. But why do you assume we can't bust it wide open?
Right.
I can bust
And
it
tell
wide
them bring
open
it back.
and tell them bring it back. Why do people
I
think that you big, you can't get down?
But you know, I think
you
they
missing
don't
out.
they don't know that honestly
Ignorance.
from what I heard from men, most skinny women, it hurts them to have sex with skinny
Okay,
women.
well,
certain
how did
things.
we get back to
Because
sex?
I don't know.
But I don't know.
But it's just
perhaps
you-
we
We
should
was
just
talking
have
about
a
Gabrielle.
conversation.
We was
Yeah.
talking about Gabrielle, and I was just saying it's not just because she's dark skinned, it's because she's
She's
thick
heavy.
too.
Oh, both. Absolutely. It's both. But the whole
But
bottom line is
just-
it goes
but
back to
anybody need love, and a love
But-
scene
right.
is great. You know what I'm seeing, and I have nothing against Shonda Rhimes or whatever her
Oh
name
my
is,
goodness, yes.
but you know all this gay angle,
Uh-oh.
you know, and all this
Whole
other
nother
stuff.
talk show.
I know
Well-
it's another talk show, but if
We
they
gonna come
wait
back
a
to
minute,
that.
hold on, let me finish my topic.
It's
My
out there.
point. If they can get some love
Then why
that
can't
night,
she?
then why can't little Gabby
I'm not
Get
mad.
no
get
love.
her some love
Then
as a
I'm not
big
mad.
chocolate, as
That's
a
true.
thick
And
chocolate
that is a
woman
extremely
without
valid
getting
point.
all
Yeah.
this backlash?
That's true.
So if two men kissing on How to Get Away with Murder,
Right.
and then two women
And on
also
Empire.
kissing
On
on,
Empire.
and then you got on Empire, and then but so then when Gabby gets with a woman gets with a man, doesn't matter
Surprise.
what her color is,
Her size,
if she's
everything.
But
thick
it- but
or
it-
not
It
thick.
does matter in society.
And
Well,
That's
Well,
why
so-
it was a problem, because to society, dark is not sexy.
And big
But-
is not
dark,
sexy.
dark and
But
big.
being gay and lesbianism is.
But
But
they,
we're talking
they,
about
it's
talking
sexy.
about the shades of your
Hey,
skin,
hey,
and,
and
and that is part of it.
and they
People are
judging
acceptable.
everything. They judging everything. Some of
You
these
know-
gay boys are beautiful, honey. They got two of the prettiest boys kissing on some of these shows ever. That makes it more politically correct for some
And I
folks.
don't, you know what?
And they're light skinned. I'm just saying that.
I'm just saying.
And you know what? I don't really care about. I'm talking about little Gabby. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
let's
Gabby,
get back
we
on
have
Gabby.
your
No,
back,
let's
boo. You
let's
did
let's
that.
take it back on
Bust it
Gabby.
wide open. girl,
Well,
when you
also
want
you
to.
talking about
I hope you get with him again.
Wednesday nights and Thursday nights with color. Let's go back to color. Okay, Gabby is on Empire. If you look at how the society on primetime is showing color, a black man is not on primetime. They're showing a white man with a black woman. Have y'all saw that?
Scandal?
Yes, just look at the color. If you go back and look how the number one shows, they're taking the black man
Yeah,
out
he's
of
not
it.
the main
He's
character.
not the main character.
The black straight man. Let's
yeah,
be
yeah,
clear.
the black straight man.
Not,
No,
the black man. Period is
Yeah,
not
but-
not the main
period.
character
But
on any of
the
these
black,
shows.
the black man
Well,
on Empire. is
Was
not
no
straight.
the gay man is not on Empire is not black. He's not black. Whatever color these
On
are.
Empire?
No, there's
You
a
talking
gay.
about on Scandal?
Both
on
shows.
Empire, he's
Both
mixed.
shows is a
He's
mix.
mixed.
Oh, he mixed?
Yeah,
Oh, I
but
didn't know
on
that.
Scandal he's white, and so they're
I thought
asking
he
no,
was
and that's
black.
Scandal he's white, so
Lucius
not
and
gay,
Cookies
but
is
the
black.
actual president is white with a black woman.
Mhm.
So they're not
Lucius.
showing right. So they're making it. Let me give you my point of that. You got the black man that's not involved, right? Side chicks win. Put your wife out. Bring the black girl in. Make her look evil as she's already is in society as being a side chick. Because black women portray a side chick on every social media, every sports person's page right now.
So why is it on Scandal that we're rooting for the side chick? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not rooting for her.
So,
but
but
I'm
you're
with
just
you.
denouncing
But they
marriage.
are-
You
but
can't
they-
have
but-
a
but
subject.
they
I
are.
know.
But they
That's
are.
a very
Glamorizing it.
valid point,
They're
because
glamorizing it. They are.
that leads into more
What
of
about
the
institution of marriage?
the
That's
the
what I'm
racism,
saying.
Racism,
because
it is.
that's giving people more fuel to the fire.
Right.
Look at that
Against
black,
the black
girl
girl.
going into this family and doing that.
Stay
That's
right
what
there.
they do.
Stay right there, Kim. I love that. Go
On
back
record.
to How to Get Away with Murder. She was a side chick messing with the guy who white died. She was a side chick,
She
black
sure
woman.
was.
Right.
She sure
They're
was.
making the black woman look evil. She's separating marriages, families. You understand what I'm
And
saying?
we're not even
And
seeing
that's just
that.
They don't
another-
see it that
and
way.
That's just
On
another
record.
reason
That's
to
another way.
villainize black
Right.
women.
That is it.
And,
No matter what
and,
shade.
and let's go here. Let's go here. Those women are brown skinned women.
Those are brown.
They're not
skinned
light
women.
skinned black women.
Right.
So here we go. Now they demonizing me specifically.
Well, no, she's not.
Hashtag black girls ain't
She's
bad.
not light though.
Washington
She is
is not-
but she's not
She's
light.
dark skinned.
Carrie is
closer to
dark
brown.
compared
Carrie's
to.
brown.
She's not paper bag.
I think she's my color.
No, ma'am.
No.
Not at all. Not at
She's a-
all.
No,
she's a
she's
tinge
not
darker
your
than
color.
you.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you not looked in the mirror lately? You are like
She said she's brown though. No,
I'm brown.
no, she said she's brown.
She
So
said
that's,
she's
that's the
brown.
problem. She's brown.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so she is your color in that
Michelle
case.
is in denial.
No, I'm good.
So listen. Now, if you're following us on Facebook on Sisters Unedited or on KRWC.TV or KRWC Media Group on Facebook, we would love your input on these
Absolutely.
topics.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
listen, we meant no disrespect to our shout outs to our fans on Facebook, but we also want want to let you know that we are reading your comments and your posts. And we
Yes.
would love for you to comment and post on anything that we're talking about because it is so relevant. I mean, look at what we're talking about right now. We got to talking about light skin and dark skin, but we got to looking at the portrayal on primetime television that they're making black women the side chick
Villainizing.
and they're villainizing. We are not here to ruin happy homes.
Right.
No.
And it
Right.
seemed like every time on that show, when him and his wife try to get their life back on track, she come.
Well, he wanted to come back.
And he wanted to
he
come back.
definitely- He don't
But
want
he
his
tried.
He got some chocolate
The
goodness
little
is what he
phone is
got.
beeping all
The
the
black
time.
and the berry.
Yeah.
the
He's
Juicy
got
and
him
the
a little
juice.
Now,
chocolate
Juicy
goodness.
do got him crazy.
Yeah,
Okay?
she didn't
Okay,
popularize the
Okay,
president.
so we have to have a fix. We have to have a fix. So
No.
so what I think that we need a few tips of things that we can do ourselves.
Right.
And things that our friends and family and fans can do.
Don't be a damn
I think-
homeworker.
I think
Don't be a what?
Don't be a
Don't be a
homewrecker.
homewrecker. I'm with Kanisha.
we on the colorization part
Okay.
of the
Don't be a
A
black
black
Don't be a
home
home
wrecker.
wrecker.
A black home wrecker.
Don't be a
Don't be a
especially
black
black
homewrecker.
Don't be a
homewrecker,
chocolate
period.
homewrecker.
Okay, so here's the deal. I think first we have to work on our inner thoughts. You admitted that you are prejudiced. You like the brown skinned babies.
No, I'm not prejudiced. I just prefer a little chocolate.
Same thing.
That's
Same thing.
prejudice.
Yeah, prejudice.
No, because I
preference.
like a little light skinned baby too.
Right,
But I
but you have a
prefer-
okay. So what we need to do is we work on
Prejudice
our.
with your preference.
We need to work on ourselves and be honest about where we stand on that, and then we need to learn to pay it forward. I think that we need to have these conversations here with our family members and especially with our youth. They need to know that there's a better way to do it, and we have to strengthen them and teach them to be positive.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this is going to wrap up our segment of Sisters Unedited. Now, listen, we want you to follow us and watch us on KRWC.TV. We want you to watch us on social media, but listen, we are going to have a live taping on December
They've been asking for
1st.
it.
So if you're interested in being our live studio guest, please inbox us on the Sisters Unedited page. Let us know that you're interested in coming out at 7 p.m. on December 1st, 2015, being a part of our live studio audience. Now listen, there's only so many seats available, only so many left. So listen, hit us up on social media on Facebook, and that's the Sisters Unedited page, or on KRWC Media Group on Facebook. And we've had a great time talking about colorization.
Yes.
All these big words, all these big words. And we're glad that you're watching us. So listen, sisters, we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning of the show, but can you give your name and who you are so our viewers can know who you are?
I am still Tara Porter, hairstylist extraordinaire, motivational speaker, and a panelist with some of my favorite people on Sisters Unedited.
I'm Kimberly Lindsay. You can find me at KimberlyLindsay.com. Entrepreneur, host, event host, and cast of Sisters Unedited.
And I'm Cassandra Wilson. Thank you for watching Sisters Unedited.
I am Michelle Gurley, CEO of WellKeptWifey.com.
I am Shamika. I'm a professional for a Fortune 500 company, and I'm a mother, daughter, sister, brother, whatever you want me to be. I love you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
is Cassandra Wilson on Sisters Unedited. Listen, December 1st, we're having a live taping here at our studios. If you would like to be a part of our studio audience, inbox us on Sisters Unedited on Facebook. Listen again, that's December 1st at 7 p.m. We only have a limited amount of seats. So inbox us on Sisters Unedited on Facebook.